frame. Okay, so the outer shell here just slides out. This is the master line of locomotives. Obviously, nice box. I mean, nothing too special. And this one slides out. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this is the DCC with a lock sound ESU decoder in it installed. And spin it around here. I bought this locomotive from Tony's Train Exchange in Essex Junction, Vermont, and they do a nice little pre-check and sign it off saying there are no defects with it, which is always nice to see. So in the box here is the locomotive. Go ahead and take this out here. So in the box you also get the quick start guide here for DC and DCC locomotives, Gold Series locomotives. Nothing too fancy, just running and stuff like that, your CV settings and all, and warranty information, and the decoder. There we go, the numbers for that, the functions. So you have that. There it is. So this plastic sleeve slides out here, as is pretty much every single box now. So, alright. So one thing about these boxes, they have some screws under here. You just gotta take these two out and loosen them so the locomotive will become loose. It's attached from the bottom there. Loosen these up. Should be good. Yep. Okay, so this plastic comes off. And there we go. There it is. New England Central 3015. Okay, before I start the review of this HO Scale NECR 3015, I figured I'd give a very short history of the full-scale version. It was built in June of 1974 as Canadian National 9457. It would be later sold to Progressive Rail Services with the number RMPX 9457. It kept the same number. It would then be sold to the New England Central, where it still is today. It was built as a GP40-2LW, however, NECR converted it to be a control unit for the road slug, sorry. So now it is a GP40-2CU. Okay, starting on the right hand side of this locomotive, we got some nice separately applied handrails here by the steps. Same as on the nose and right on the hood there. And just above the number boards, there's a nice little one there. Got class lights, obviously the number boards. Nice steel bell here, which actually was replaced this past winter, the 2018-19 winter. It was replaced with a Graham White E-bell. So unfortunately it does not have its nice steel bell anymore. So coming back from the front here, we have the windshield, the sun visors here, and the rear view mirrors, which the holes are here. I just need to put them in. They do not come pre-mounted. Those are something you do yourself, just a little modeling glue, and just stick them in. The glass here, it's not glass obviously, it's just plastic, clear plastic windows. There's a engineer figure in there. The numbers look nice and crisp. The paint, overall, I'll just say the paint on this locomotive looks really great. I can't find any problems with it. So it's a GP40-2CU. It is not a GP40-2W. Well, it is GP40-2W, sorry, but it was converted to be able to lead the control unit for the yard slug 809. So NECR put CU after it, and any of their NECR's locomotives that are capable of using a their road slug, they can so they have the CU instead of the number. For example, this is obviously the GP40-2CU versus a GP40-2W. Anyway, coming back from that, we got nice handrails here. Little bent in, but they're plastic handrails. What can you expect? You got the NECR zero injury thing there. The logo looks real nice, very close to the prototype. Up top, I should do up top later. Just the fuel tank looks real good. I spin it here. Coming back, bring it up a little close. The truck detail, there's not much. It's not perfect, but it's what you get. I've seen more detailed locomotives. Scale Trains has some really nice detailed trucks. So it's good. The handbrake is separately applied. The Operation Lifesaver logo there, and a little window for looking inside the engine compartment. Excuse me. Okay. Swing it around here. Attempt to anyway. Swing that back. Bear with me here for a second. There we go. Okay, so the back of the locomotive is where I found kind of the most difference between the full-scale prototype and this model. We have the nice single light here, very accurate. Handrails, obviously, pretty sturdy. The drop-down walkway platform there for between locomotives. Put that back up. The MU ports here and the hoses. Couple of air hose there. Now, this is the one thing I'm a little disappointed in at Atlas. They did not include the rear ditch lights on this locomotive, and I just got VTR 311, the 50th anniversary Vermont Rail System unit. They did not put those rear ditch lights on that one as well. So that's a little disappointing, but oh well, I'll have to add those myself, I guess. A picture here of, I'll try to put up a picture in the video of the actual one, of the real 3015 that I took in Swanton with leading the chip train at Longhead forward. So yeah, a couple of cut lever there. That's all nice. Swing the locomotive around here. Just swing to the left-hand side of the locomotive. Again, same as the right-hand side. Looks all really nice. Operation Lifesaver logo. The NECR logo is nice. There's a step up there. Same handrails. Slightly bent in, but that's because they're just plastic. You can expect that from plastic handrails. Nothing to worry about. There's the conductor figure in the cab. There's 3015, the GP40-2CU. And zero injuries. And swinging the locomotive to see the front of it. So this looks real nice. We got a nice pilot here, the little plow, anti-climbers and all, the MU hoses, ditch lights, handrails. Obviously, I said this before with the handrails, grab irons going up to the nose here. The door looks real good. Steel bell. And here we have the class lights, the green, red, and white on each side, which is accurate to the prototype. Okay, on the top of this locomotive, there we go. Try to do this right. There we go. So it's got some nice separately applied air hose. This is the air hose for the bell. Air pipe, since it's a pneumatic bell, it's an air bell versus a e-bell, which it is now, unfortunately, on the full scale. That's what that's for. Some antennas up here. These are, the exhaust here is not, it's indented, it doesn't go through like the Athearn model has. They did that a little better on the Athearn model. Same with this, it's not indented as well as on the Athearn model, but it still looks pretty good. You have the air hose here, air pipe for the horn. This is a Nathan M3. On the real one, it is fouled. It has a really interesting, kind of a dull sound. We'll get to that in a second. The fans here look real nice. They're see-through for the most part. See the fan blades and all up here. And in the back you have the sand filling cap. And on the underside of this locomotive, just do a close-up of those trucks. The underside, pretty basic. These are the two screw holes here for when we took it out from the box. Not much underbody detail, really at all, to point out. Okay, so let's go ahead and fire it up for the first time. Being a new locomotive, its train ID number is going to be 3 on the decoder. So I'm going to select 3 here. And should start right up on. Okay, so the first one we'll do is the headlights, and should be front ditch lights is F6. Looks good. Get the bell is F1. That's really close to the prototype. And here's the real question: is the horn going to sound accurate? This is the horn. And that is a negative. That is not close to the prototype. I will try to input a prototype video right here. So, let's see, F3 is coupler, F4 is radiator fan, F8 is obviously startup and shutdown, independent brake is F10, F12 is dim lights, alright, get a quick run here. Let's listen to the throttle sound. It's on setting 1 on my MCU decoder. Slow speed here. Go to 2 on the decoder. Oh my god. Pull it up here so you can see the back headlight here. And that reverse headlight is just one light. There should be ditch lights on it. But that light looks very nice close to the prototype. Looks like the ditch lights stay on if you don't turn them off, even in reverse. So that's kind of interesting. You can hear the air compressor just kicked on there. Nice brake sounds on that as well. And we'll do the shutdown sequence. In conclusion, I think that Atlas did a very, very good job on this locomotive. It is very close to the prototype 3015. There are very few slight differences that I'll just go through now. Those primarily being, as we turn the locomotive here, if you look on the back, let me adjust the camera, coming down. Looking on the back here, there obviously are no ditch lights, which is kind of disappointing, as the real one does have ditch lights. They're located about here and here. And also there's a little pipe that comes out. I'm not exactly sure what it is on the full scale, but there's a little pipe that comes up there to the very top. That is something that I can add later. Same with the ditch lights. And the only other thing that I found that was slightly different than the full scale is this one. The horn sounds different, but that is a very minuscule thing. And some I can dub in sounds to a video if I want to be accurate. The horn on the current 3015 is quite fouled, but overall, Atlas did a very, very good job on this locomotive. And thanks for watching.